Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Cameron Cooper,
Patrick Adam,
and Charles Peterson,
bringing you today's hottest topics. This is the Roundtable.
Hello, my name is Charles Peterson. Welcome to the Roundtable. Cameron Cooper can't be here tonight because he's on he's on personal leave.
Fuck Cameron Cooper.
He's on personal leave. So we got Brian McKenzie filling in for Cameron, and we got a special guest here on the Roundtable, Steve Rogers. Welcome to the Roundtable.
Thank you very much.
All right, we always start off the topic of the night with a pick. And tonight's pick is North Carolina or South Carolina. Patrick Adam.
North Carolina.
Steve Rogers, North Carolina or South Carolina?
I live in North Carolina, so let's go with South Carolina.
Brian McKenzie.
I would go with South Carolina.
And I think I would go with North Carolina because I think North sounds a little bit better than South. I always like the North better because maybe it's because it's cooler or something. I don't know. But that brings us to the first topic.
Or because you're racist. One of the two.
I'm racist. What?
Well, the North and the South, the whole Civil War thing, never mind.
But the North was for the blacks, were they not?
They were, and that's why you're racist for blacks.
Black people are more racist than white people, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I agree with that.
Black people are bitter motherfuckers, man. And they're fucking lazy, and they like to color coordinate their fucking clothes when they go to the gym, and they like to, fight pit bulls.
And we got to let the audience know Steve Rogers is a black man, so half black.
I'm only half. Don't ever disrespect me like that again. Okay.
I'm sorry, Steve Rogers. Brian, you have anything to say over this?
Yeah. Exactly what everybody else has said is exactly what I would have said.
Well, let's go ahead and go to our first topic of the night, and we're going to play a little bit of a clip here if we can get it to work.
Recent polls have shown
Listen
a
to
fifth
this.
of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our.
Go ahead.
You know what's hilarious about this clip, and what occurred to me, is that Mario Lopez probably wanted to sodomize this bitch.
It's not probable, it's certain.
Because he was actually accused of statutory rape. And he's probably looking at her being like, bitch, I would fucking just hurt you right now.
You are dumb enough for me to fuck. That's what he's saying.
What is Soma? Who is Soma? What the hell does that have to do with maps?
Oh, God.
Okay, so wait, I gotta say something real quick, Steve Rogers. Go ahead.
I want to give a legitimate response to this.
He hasn't asked a question yet. Let him ask.
No, I mean to the video. I'm trying to stick up for her. Listen, I had a car once, and it was yellow and purple, and it drove in pants, and it had 4 diamonds. I made just as much sense as she did right there.
Wait a minute. Remember, Brian, you were asking, Brian McKenzie, who filled in for Happy Hour, you were asking what Soma is, right?
Well, yeah, Soma.
Well, you know what? I gotta tell you guys something. When we first started the round table, I said Lappa for lap dance. I said Lappa. So am I in the same category as this girl, Steve Rogers?
You and her are almost identical. You should get married and have little unintelligible children. That's what should happen.
Patrick.
Somas are actually muscle relaxers, and I think this bitch took like too many before she went on stage. Or she had a little fling with the bitch that asked her the question and Mario Lopez. 3-way.
So let me ask you this. When I saw this clip, I thought she was 14-year-old. Do you know how old this woman is?
She's 18 years old.
She's 18. I thought this girl was like 12 or maybe 14 because she was ridiculous. Brian.
Oh, absolutely. The question was why doesn't a certain percentage of Americans can't find America on a map? And she's talking about South Africa and Iraq.
Do you feel sorry for this girl, Patrick?
Dude, and I fucking felt the exact opposite. I thought she was a really stupid 23, 22-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think she didn't look 14. Jesus, man, if she's fucking 14, I'm in trouble, bitch. I'm just saying, I thought she was really fucking stupid.
Steve.
Well, it's like a text message gone wrong, and I hope she's 14 because I'd like to have sex with her. So,
really?
That was a joke.
Dude, she looks like a one of them sex dolls.
Which is what makes her hot, because she doesn't have feelings, emotion, intellect, any sort of culture or realism to her. That makes her hot.
So apparently what was it, yesterday? She was on the Today Show, and she redeemed herself by answering the correct question. But, Brian, didn't it seem like she was reading her answer?
I would probably say that there was assistance to help her, considering the fact that she can't speak English. So at least we know now that she's able to read English. And I'm sure she's getting her phone calls, and we look forward to seeing her on the Cinemax Jungle Boobs versus Tarantula Penis anytime soon.
Patrick.
The bottom line is this. I've never seen a smart, hot bitch in my life, and these fucking pageants need to be done away with because they don't prove a fucking thing. The only thing these broads are good for is a fucking rumble in the hay and a thank you, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. That's it. That's all they're good for. I'm sorry.
So why do you think this YouTube video clip, this is also big in the news, why do you think it got so many hits, millions of hits? This made a big deal. Why do so many people want to see this? Steve Rogers.
On a more serious note, the reason is because people love to see ignorant, stupid, hot chicks. They love it. The reason? Because, well, if you're a smart guy but not that attractive, you can pick up some kind of dumb chick that can't answer a question about, basic regions and the Iraq or the South Africa, whatever. You can pick up a dumbass chick if you're an average guy with an intellect. I really think that's part of the problem.
Brian.
I think that basically she was way out of her league trying to turn a simple question into what people are trying to do now is to interject their own political view into something, and she completely made a fool of herself.
Patrick.
I just think we like to have expense at the fucking suffering of others.
Hey, that was topic number 1.
We'll return after this.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Cameron Cooper,
Patrick Adam,
and Charles Peterson,
bringing you today's hottest topics. This is the Roundtable.
Hello, and welcome back to the Roundtable. Cameron Cooper's on vacation. We got Brian McKenzie filling in for him, and we got a special guest, Steve Rogers, on the show.
Yes, that's me, Captain.
Brian McKenzie.
This is Brian.
And, of course, Patrick Adam.
Fuck you.
And we got Patrick Adam on a leash tonight, but that brings us to topic number 2. Here is the pick. Owen Wilson or Luke Wilson? Patrick.
I'm confused as to who's who.
Owen Wilson is on the screen right here, and Luke Wilson's his brother in Vacancy.
I'd have to go with Owen because Luke sucks balls.
Steve Rogers, Owen or Luke Wilson?
I have to go with Owen because he tried to kill himself. That's tragic and beautiful.
Thanks for giving away tonight's topic, Steve. Brian McKenzie, Owen or Luke Wilson?
Go with Owen.
Really? Am I the only one that would rather see Luke Wilson on the screen? I guess so. Anyway, here's let's hear a little bit of Owen Wilson right now.
It's kind of like, I guess, like Maverick and Top Gun, like somebody who just wants to kind of go fast and win, and over the course of this movie has to learn that there's more important things.
Usually, Owen was...
So that was a clip of Owen Wilson just talking about his role in Cars.
Talking about his fucking drug addiction. He was obviously on some fucking drugs.
Now, we don't know that yet, but here, apparently over the weekend, police were called to Owen Wilson's home because of an attempt of suicide report, and that's according to a police log of weekend calls. Wilson was found bloody and dazed after trying to commit suicide by overdosing on pills. He was slit his wrist, and he was in the wake of a blow-up with a close friend, a source close to the New York Post. But a source close to Wilson says he's been depressed for the last few months, but not over a broken relationship. He will likely remain under close watch of doctors for at least the next several days. And Wilson's last serious romance was with Kate Hudson. What do you think this is? Do you think he wanted to commit suicide because of a girl, or what's his deal? Patrick.
I mean, I have no fucking clue where the guy's headspace is at, but he's obviously not feeling too good about where he's at. He might want to look at it, how much he drinks, if he does drugs, if not. I mean, that's got to be it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't know too much about it. He lays pretty low, and he seems like a nice guy. He's very talented, very humorous, and very at times very dramatic in those Tenenbaum movies. That one, Wes Anderson, right?
Yeah, Wes Anderson movies, Rushmore, Royal Tenenbaums. He also co-wrote.
Yeah, and it's fucking guy's probably just not happy right now.
When I read this news, I really feel for the guy, and I feel bad because he seems like he's a good guy off camera and on camera. He always has that personality that wants, you want to go to a wedding with him. Steve Rogers, what do you think?
I'll tell you what, if I was making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars and having sex with Kate Hudson at some point in my life, I would soon want to kill myself. It makes a lot of sense. No, for me, I want to stick up for the guy because I like him in movies. I just saw a repeat of, what's that movie with the Behind Enemy Lines? I just saw a repeat of that movie. It's a good flick, and he acts well. And every other movie, he's a really jolly guy. He's funny.
Have you seen him like behind the scenes in interviews? Does he seem like he's a nice guy, or do you think he's one of these guys that hides it really well?
No, he really does seem like a nice guy, and yet why would he ever want to do overdose? Why would it ever happen if he didn't have problems? The guy has problems. The end point is the guy has problems.
So Brian McKenzie, who's filling in for Cameron tonight, thanks for being here. Do you know much about Owen Wilson? Do you watch his movies?
I've seen most of his movies. I find him to be a very good actor. Always curious about what's going on with that nose of his, and
maybe that's why he killed himself.
And in this age of information, and he's got the money, he's got the resources, and it's just somebody else who just can't get the job done within regards of killing yourself.
Well, maybe he wants that nose because he's kind of because it's a trademark.
No, I just had a revelation. He's right. I had not thought about his nose, but it doesn't matter how much money I make, how many beautiful women I bed, no matter how great my life is, if I have an ass-looking nose, I might try to kill myself.
Really? Now, I don't know. Maybe he wants it for his trademark so people will remember him. What do you think, Patrick?
He broke into the scene with that Wes Anderson film, which didn't get too good reviews, and he talked to his agent about fixing his nose, And his agent said, no, you shouldn't fix your nose because that's how people identify you. I don't think it has anything to do with his nose. I think the dude's depressed. I think he needs some help. I think he needs to look at his alcohol intake, his drug intake. Maybe that's where it is. But he's just depressed.
And it's all because of his nose. Sorry.
And get your act together so we don't have to deal with this crap about these rich, talented people who have the world by the balls who figure they got to kill themselves. Straighten out so you get off the news and back to making movies.
No, seriously, his nose looks like Jessica Alba's ass. It's disturbing.
So why can't people like Paris Hilton kill themselves and succeed?
I would like to see Paris Hilton's ass and Jessica Alba's camel toe.
I would like to see Paris Hilton's ass, Jessica Alba's camel toe, and Owen Wilson's nose all in a big sexual orgy, and then all kill themselves.
And then drink the Kool-Aid. Brian.
Well, if all these people want to kill themselves, kill yourself, you know? Don't be lingering around and waiting for people to come out and find you and be half
Goddamn
dead.
failures. Yeah, what's this, dude? I'm going to take some pills and, slice one of my wrists? Eat a fucking shotgun, you fucking nose freak.
Listen, there's nothing worse than trying to kill yourself and failing. That is depressing.
Well, I don't want this guy to kill himself. I think he's an extraordinary person, a beautiful human being, and
You're such a fucking douchebag. I think he's an extraordinary person, phenomenal human being, because he comes over and... No, wait, I've never met him personally, so I don't fucking know who he is.
I'd love him to if I could fuck his nose. It's so sexy.
Are you a closet homosexual?
No, I came out of the closet like never. Stop saying that, seriously.
Brian, I got a question for you. Why are men usually the ones that want to kill themselves? If this was over a broken relationship, why does it seem like it's majority of people who want to kill themselves are men?
Well, I don't know. It could be like the revealing of the size of their penis that's going to be out there on the tabloids from the movie stars. I don't know. The fact that you maybe not get laid again, or I just think that anybody who tries to commit suicide is, definitely needs some help. But if you're doing something that you're supposed to love and you're supposed to have a good core of friends around. They're supposed to be able to recognize these things. So, men, I don't know.
Wow, you're like Cameron Jr., Steve Rogers.
Back to your original question. The reason that men want to kill themselves more than...
Do you want to suck this microphone?
Do I want to? I am already. Anyway, listen. Listen. The reason men want to kill themselves more than women is because women have vaginas. They accept, they're smooth, they're soft. Men have these big, gangly forearms dangling from their inner thigh. It's not sexy. So you want to die. You want to die when you look down at your pulsating, ginormous, swinging member. At least I do. I'm sorry. I got off subject. Sorry. I got a big dick.
Well, you're half black, so it's half big, Patrick.
Nigger. No. No, dude, straight up. The dude's just depressed. Man, give him some fucking privacy. Fucking loser. Nose freak.
But how would you like people saying that about you when you become big?
I'm fucking big. I don't care. Fucking talk shit about me all you want. I know I'm fucked up. I know I'm a big fucking loser. I know I'm vulgar, so fuck yourself and die. I'll fucking kill everybody. I don't fucking care. Say whatever you want. I don't fucking care.
Brian McKenzie, any final words on this?
I don't care either.
Steve Rogers.
I care. I'm compassionate. All you females out there listening.
Well, that's topic number 2. We'll be right back after this.
You are listening to the Round Table. We will return after this.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Cameron Cooper,
Patrick Adam,
and Charles Peterson,
bringing you today's hottest topics. This is the Roundtable.
Thanks for staying up late with us tonight here on the Roundtable. I'm Charles Peterson. Hey, Brian McKenzie, where's Cameron Cooper tonight?
He's getting a bowel cleanse.
That's what I need. Seriously. Thanks for sharing that. We're going to go with topic number 3, and we were just talking about Owen Wilson. This was just kind of a coincidence. But the wedding singer or wedding crashers? Patrick Adam.
Oh, man, that's a good question. I'm going to have to go with wedding singer.
Steve Rogers, wedding crashers? Excuse me, wedding singer or wedding crasher?
Wow, that is tough. I got to go with wedding crashers.
Ryan McKenzie, you got a puzzled look on your face.
We'll go with wedding singer.
And you know what? I'd like them both. I can't do that, I know. I think I would pick... Oh, God, this is tough. I like them both. I like the music part of the wedding singer.
Can't go with both.
I know I can't go with both.
Fucking mic in here.
I need to change my... I'm going with wedding singer. Sorry.
See, you're tossed. So he actually got to pick 2.
No, I'm finishing with wedding singer. They say fucking a lot, and it's a great movie.
Dude, I love when Adam Sandler sings and gets mad when he's all depressed. I think it's the wedding singer.
And the other guys are singing every fucking day. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm with the wedding singer, so I just wanted to clear that out.
Wedding singer, a funny movie. Wedding crashers, funny movie.
Dude, Steve, I think you're talking about Wedding Crashers.
No. Wedding singers when they sing the song.
Give him the microphone, dude.
Wedding singers when they sing the every fucking day of my life. It's so funny.
No, that's old school.
It's so not old school. That's wedding singer.
No. The movie old school, not that it's old school like from the 90s.
I know what you mean. Believe me, I'm 77 years old. So, no, it's from the movie Wedding Singer. He's every fucking day of my life. It's so funny.
No, that's old school with Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell and his bride are dancing. They don't say the F word in Wedding Singer because it's PG-13.
I'm old, so I'm wrong.
That's what I thought. No, I was going through it in my mind. I was trying to figure out what the fuck you were talking about.
No, I think. Well, let's go on with the topic here. What did you want to say?
I don't know.
He's old.
Steve Rogers.
Yes.
You're going to Iraq soon, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Scared?
Not at all.
Nervous? Have you been there before?
No. Well, I'm charmed. I'm charmed. I'm not scared of anything.
You know, I am so honored that you are here with us. And before we go to the topic, I got to say this. I appreciate your service that you do for this country, even though you disagree, but you still go there and fight. Even if you go to sweep the ships, okay? You're still over there fighting, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'm going to do good things, not sweeping ships. Thanks for disrespecting me like that. But, no.
No, what I meant was, I know, but what I meant was even if you go and sweep the deck on the aircraft carrier, you are still fighting a war.
Yes, but my point is, like, it is an honor and a privilege to do what I do. Like, I couldn't imagine doing anything else. So there's no need to thank me or whatever. There's no need to think of me as some sort of hero or whatever. I'm doing what I want to do. So...
Well, we appreciate that, and it's an honor for you to be here on Wavelength Radio. I'm sorry to steer away a little bit, but I have to go ahead and go with this topic here. There was a couple in Florida on a honeymoon, okay, earlier this month. So they think when they get back, they're going to have plenty of cash and gifts to tally up after the trip. You know, you have your wedding, you go on honeymoon, you come back and open up all the gifts. 3 of us are married. Steve, you're not married, though.
No. I am unmarried, yes.
Girlfriend?
Yes, her name is whoever is sexy.
Nice. So we're all married. Now, when you guys were... Okay, let me finish the story real quick. When the newlyweds returned, there was some bad news awaiting. Most of their wedding money was stolen by an envelope-snatching thief who crashed their wedding reception without any notice. A well-dressed man who had believed to be made... I think he got away with $1,500 in cash. Apparently, he was recorded on a surveillance tape, and he knew exactly what colors to wear. Now, me and Patrick just got married like over a year ago. You're coming up on a year.
You got married together, or what state are we in? What
No. I meant I married my producer of the Roundtable, Leah, and Patrick married her beautiful wife, Tiffany.
That's correct.
So when you were and Brian, what's the name of your wife? Since we're talking about wives,
My wife's name is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. If you're listening, thanks for listening. But you have problems connecting with the radio show, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Well, maybe she can download it on an MP3 format. But let me ask you the question, Patrick.
You betcha.
Patrick, when you were...
Can we play that?
Just a moment. When you were at the wedding, did you see people you didn't know and maybe from your wife's side of the family that you haven't met?
Fuck no.
When I was at my wedding, there was this bum-looking guy on my wife's side of the family, and I got my wife and I said, "Who is this guy?" And I was really concerned because people come into the wedding and they put all of their gifts on the table and that sort of thing. Patrick, were you worried that someone was going to steal any of your gifts? I was.
Nobody would come to my wedding that I didn't fucking know, including anybody on my wife's side of the family that I didn't know. If I didn't fucking know you personally, you weren't going to be at my fucking wedding. And thanks for inviting me to your fucking wedding, by the way, bitch.
Don't get into that. Brian, I'm going to come into you, Steve, and you can comment. At your wedding, I know you're in like a different world that day. I certainly was. But there was a point where I was thinking to myself, more of like, what? Someone can just come steal all those envelopes out of the box.
I was married in Florida with, of course, my wife, my best friend, his wife, and his mother, who played the organ. And there weren't very many envelopes. So basically, the only gift there is that my friend's wife is a pilot, and we took her plane up to the appropriate mileage up there and joined the Mile High Club. So I don't think any bum rat bastard's going to be able to steal that from me. So there you have it.
Steve, what do you think?
Well, that's what he thinks, but I was on the plane. Here's the point. Here's the point. I've never been married, never will, hopefully. But I was at all of your weddings, and yes, things were stolen. Why? I'm half black.
That's why we only got so much.
Nigger!
No, you can't do that. You're white, Patrick. Patrick, you cannot say that word. You're not black. Your thoughts?
Let's get into that discussion. No, let's get into that discussion. Look, why can't he say that? Why? Because he's white. That's why. Look, I came down in the beginning, except now, him and I are going to fight later. It's going to be good on air here because I got to protect myself legally. But off air, I'm going to jack him up. Why? Because he's white. He doesn't have that half blackness. I can say nigger. I can say that on air. Him, he can say it too. I'm just kidding.
CBS Radio is going to sue you. Brian McKenzie.
Yes. Would you like? Yes.
Say nigger.
No.
Say it. Say it, you.
That's a black man talking. You can't. I'm sorry. Half black.
Hey, my reparations are say nigger. You're not worth it.
You're an N-word. Is that good enough?
That is perfect. Thank you.
Now go pick some cotton.
Nappy-headed hose.
It's all about watermelons these days. All about watermelons.
Well, this was kind of a weak topic, but what would you do if you... Oh, we're going to play you a little clip here. Let's go ahead and play it here from The Wedding Singer.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to
I told you it was fucking old school.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Turn around.
Dude, he was fucking saying this is not from Wedding Singer, this is from Old School, and I had to fucking
Every now and then I pull a turn around, fucking every now and then I pull a and I need you now tonight.
Brian, you're a singer.
Sounds like a chick who smoked 100 packs of cigarettes, like whoever sang the song originally.
Which is sexy.
So let's go ahead and we're gonna wrap this topic up. Do you guys have a favorite wedding movie besides Wedding Singer, Wedding Crasher? Steve Rogers.
Yeah, it's called Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh my goodness, Brian.
I guess my favorite wedding movie.
We just totally lost control. Fuck it. We're out of time. We'll be right back on the roundtable for topic number 4.
You are listening to the Round Table. We will return after this.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Cameron Cooper,
Patrick Adam,
and Charles Peterson,
bringing you today's hottest topics. This is the Round Table.
Hello, welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm Charles Peterson here with Patrick Adams, Steve Rogers, and Brian McKenzie. Brian McKenzie was filling in for Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. We appreciate you doing that, Brian. And that comes to our fourth topic right now. Lindsay Lohan or Paris Hilton? Patrick Adams.
Paris Hilton.
Steve Rogers says Paris Hilton. Brian McKenzie.
Did you have a barf bag for me, or?
All right, that was his answer. Is this on? Okay. All right. Anyway, that brings us to topic number 4 of the night, and that is Paris Hilton has a new clothing line. I looked at pictures online at this, and some of the T-shirts she's selling has pictures of her. Let me ask you this, Patrick. Who the hell is going to wear something like this? Who?
Plenty of people, dude.
What would you do if you were walking down the street? Okay, let's say they were at the bar, and they come up to your window because you punched tickets, and someone came up, a nice, good-looking woman, blonde hair, it looks exactly like Paris Hilton. What would you do if she had a shirt on with Paris Hilton on it?
I'd try not to look at her tits and punch her fucking ticket.
Really? Steve Rogers.
Okay, well, back to the original thing. Lindsay Lohan, there's a video of her on the net with her vagina showing.
Really? Where? Pull it up, Patrick.
I can't.
What website?
Just look for Lindsay Lohan upskirt. Look for that.
YouTube?
No, just Lindsay Lohan upskirt on Yahoo.com. So, anyhow, she has roast beef vagina, which, I'm sorry to say...
Now, is that when the lips stick out and it looks like it's a little burnt?
That's exactly what it's like. They stick out and they're burnt, and you don't want to eat them unless it's with mayonnaise. Paris Hilton...
No. Say it again.
Pickles? Pepper?
No, you do not want to eat.
Oh, my goodness, there actually is.
Yeah. Which one?
They thought I was kidding. Listen, Lindsay Lohan has showed her vagina, and it's not pretty. It looks like a meat curtains or 2 old women having a hacky sack fight in hell. It's disgusting. Paris Hilton, she's got a nice vagina. So, Paris.
Have you seen her porn?
Yes, all of them, every single one.
How many has she had? I thought she just had the one.
No, she had 3. There's one that was legitimate. Her and some dumbass.
Okay, Patrick's pulled up Lindsay Lohan's vagina. Brian McKenzie.
I really don't know where to go with the roast beef looking Lindsay Lohan vagina, except maybe go down to Jason's Deli and request that he put that on the menu.
That's for real.
Patrick's looking at vaginas on the internet, while me and Brian McKenzie have this conversation about Paris Hilton's clothing line.
I'm not sure what kind of input Paris Hilton had in her clothing line, but apparently she used.
She's selling one of her outfits that she walked out of jail with for like $88.
Well, obviously because there's idiots out there that'll pay money for it.
Do you think, Steve, real quick, let me ask you this. Do you think Paris Hilton did the whole went to jail thing to get out of jail so she can promote her new clothing line?
Just about everything Paris Hilton has ever done has been for marketing. Yes, I do believe that. From the sex tape, whatever, some guy's taking a tape of me sexy, whatever. This female in particular is looking to get respect based on her vagina and her fashion sense. And I say let's give it to her. As long as she is showing me the vagina. Yeah, let's give it to her.
Brian McKenzie.
If I can go through a day without hearing the name Paris Hilton.
Let me ask you this real quick. I'm sorry, but because we're wrapping up. Why do so many people hate Paris, but when she reveals her line in Beverly Hills or wherever it was, people flood the streets? Steve Rogers.
Well, most people don't hate her. Most people are trying to emulate her. That's the nature of reality. Intelligent people that you hear about, intelligent people that are making a statement, yes, they hate her. But the general public, which is not intelligent...
I'm sorry, buddy, I gotta cut you off. That was topic number 4. And up next is the vent.
You are listening to the Round Table. We will return after this.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Cameron Cooper,
Patrick Adam,
and Charles Peterson,
bringing you today's hottest topics. This is the Round Table.
Welcome back to the Round Table. We're here with Steve Rogers, Brian McKenzie from Happy Hour, Patrick Adams, and myself, Charles Peterson. I usually host the Blu-ray show that you can hear on this network. We're going to give the final vent to our sub-hosts, Brian McKenzie and Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers, you go first, buddy. Here, the mic is all yours. Your final vent.
All right, my vent is people who they get in a car accident or something, and they only have a broken arm, and this has happened to me. They say, I got in a car wreck, and I only broke my arm, so God must be looking out for me, or angels. And I say, what about the 40,000 people that drove by that particular place and didn't get in a car wreck? Wasn't God looking out for them just a little bit more? But people refuse to believe that miraculous things happen in terms of probability. 1 out of 1 million is going to happen 1 out of 1 million times. So you cannot take an event, one singular event, and think that you're special because of it. That's my point.
Steve Rogers, I appreciate that. Brian, your vent.
My vent is I guess, in regards to people who get caught doing stupid things, especially athletes, with the way people are talking that, Michael Vick's apology, or the congressperson who was caught trying to get the little action in a stall, footsie, whatever, and they apologize, and everybody's like, okay, he apologized. Michael Vick's apology was sincere. He apologized because he got caught. The guy was slinging dogs on his leash and bashing his brains in, and he was loving it. And now that he got caught, he's going to say, I'm sorry. You got to throw Jesus in there, and it's all bullshit. If he didn't get caught, he would be continue to do the same thing. Same with Mr. Flippy Foots, who's a Congress or senator who thinks he can throw down his business card to a cop and say, what do you think about that? God, I fucking hate those people.
Well, that was the Roundtable tonight. Steve Rogers. Hey, man, thanks for your service here tonight and to our country.
Good night.
Patrick says good night, and Steve Rogers, be safe in Iraq. Do whatever you can. If you got to shoot somebody in the head, please just do it. I don't care. I support the troops, even if they're in trouble in some kind of way. But thanks for being here. When you come back, we want you on the show again. What do you think about that?
I really do appreciate it, and I agree with everything you said so far.
Thank you. Brian, final words. Thanks for hosting for Cameron.
I enjoyed the experience as being a first time on the radio. I enjoyed each segment and the shows, and my prayers and wishes go to Steve in Iraq and get the job done, buddy.
Thanks for listening to the Roundtable.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.